Hello, prep2. Now we have finished our course for the second term. Let's start to answer some exams from the other governorate to train ourselves how can we face the exam and how can we solve the problems. Okay? As I told you before, try to handle your answer sheet, and if you please answer each question in a separate paper to get your full mark. And there is a note, I want you to take care of it. When you answer any problem, don't forget to write the rule, make your substitution, give me the result and the measuring unit, and I'll give you your full mark. Let's start. Firstly, we will answer Cairo Governorate. You will find it in page 119 at Al Muasir note. Let's start with the first question. Complete the following statement. 1. Absolute refractive index is the ratio between what and what? Yes, between the velocity of the light through air to the velocity of the light through any other transparent medium. 2. Angle of what is the angle between the refracted light ray and what? Okay, as we say, the angle between refracted light ray and the normal, it will be what? It will be the angle of refraction. So the statement will be angle of refraction is the angle between the refracted light ray and the normal of the at the point of the incidence on the interference. Question number 3. The measuring unit of noise intensity. We can measure the noise by what? Yes, by decibel, but we can measure the unit of periodic time. Time is measured by second. 4. The crest is in which wave equivalent to what in the longitudinal wave? Crest is found in transverse wave, yes, and this is equivalent to, the crest is equivalent to, yes, compression. Let's move to point B. Write one function for each of the following. The glass prism. We know that the glass prism is used in analysis of the white light into the 7 spectrum colors. Ultrasonic wave. There are many uses for the ultrasonic. We can say that we can use ultrasonic wave in breaking down kidney stones without any need for surgical operation. Okay. What else we can use the ultrasonic wave in? Do you remember? There were many uses for the ultrasonic wave. Yes, we can use the ultrasonic wave in sterilization of food. We can use the ultrasonic wave in discovery of landmines. We can use the ultrasonic wave in discovering tumors. Okay, there are many uses. You can write any one of them. Okay, point number 3, jacuzzi. We can use it to treat sprain and cramps by using hot water. Okay. Earplugs. Yes, we can use it for what? We can use it to avoid noise or very high sounds. Let's move to another question. Correct the underlined word. The angle of incidence of the light ray is what for the angle of reflection? Yes, we know that both angles are equivalent. So the angle of incidence of light ray is equal to the angle of reflection. 2. The fish is seen higher than its real position due to what? Yes, due to the refraction of the light ray. Which motion is the motion that's repeated regularly in equal periods of time? Yes, it's the periodic motion. 4. Group of flowers arranged on the same axle. Yes, it was the inflorescence. Produces sperm and male hormone, not the ovary, the testis. Question number 2. Write the scientific term. New method to produce large number of plant from a small part of it. Yes, it's a tissue culture. The ability of the medium to refract the light ray. What was it? Yes, it was the optical density of the medium. 3. Is the motion produced as a result of vibration of the particle of the medium in certain moment and in a definite direction. What's this? This is the wave motion. 4. It's an external stimulus that affects the ear, causing hearing. Sound. 5. The process of the transfer of pollen grain from the flower anther to the stigma. Pollination. Can you remember if the both organ, male and female reproductive organ found in the same flower, we can say it self-pollination, okay? If it was from one plant to another, we can say it mixed pollination. But at this point, he didn't focus, or he didn't say if the pollination in same plant or in same flower or not. So we will answer it as pollination only. Point number 6. Phenomena that appear on the desert at noon, especially in summer. It's mirage. 7. Tool is used to determine the pitch of an unknown tone. Which tool? Yes, savar wheel. Group of green leaves, each of them is called sibyl. It was calyx. B. Give reason for. Olive fruit contain only one seed, while pea fruit contain more than one seed. We will dismiss this point. Okay. Let's complete. When light ray is incident perpendicular on the reflected surface, it reflects on itself. Why it reflects on itself? Yes, of course, because the angle of incidence equals the angle of reflection and both of them equal 0. 3. The waves produced due to the vibration of string are transverse mechanical wave. Okay, this part of the question has two parts to be answered. Okay, the first part was that it was as transverse wave. Why it was transverse? As the particles vibrate perpendicular to the direction of the wave propagation. Okay, and why it mechanical? Because it need medium to transfer through it. So you should answer the two parts to get your full mark. Yes. Point number 4, we will dismiss it. Let's move to the problem. Savar wheel rotate with the rate of 300 cycles per minute. A sound of frequency 600 Hz is produced when an elastic plate touches the teeth of one gear. Calculate the number of the teeth of the gear. Okay, now you should write the rule. As we know that the sound frequency equal number of cycles by number of gear teeth divided the time, and you should know that the time in second. So we need to get the number of the gear teeth. So the number of the gear teeth equal the sound frequency by the time in seconds divided the number of cycles. So the number of gear teeth equals 600 by the time in seconds equals 60 over the number of gear teeth and the number of cycles were 300. So this will be 600 by 60 divided 300, and it will be 120. What can we write the measuring unit? He asks us about the number of teeth. So the answer will be 120 teeth. Okay. Let's move to another question. Question number 3, point number A, compare between androsium and gynosium, 2 points only. All of us know that the androsium is the female reproductive organ inside the flower, and the gynosium is the male reproductive organ inside the flower. Okay, when we try to compare between them, we can see that the androsium is a male reproductive organ. Each leaf of it known as a stamen, and it consists of filament and anther. It produces pollen grain. The gynosium is the female reproductive organ of the flower. Each leaf known as carpel, and the carpel is consists of stigma, style, and ovary, and the gynosium produces the ovules or ova or egg. Okay, let's move to another question. Point B, what's meant by? What's meant by that the wavelength of the sound is 25 centimeter. Okay, this means that sound wave, you know that the sound wave is is longitudinal wave, and it consists of compression and rarefaction. So the distance between the two centers of successive compression or two successive rarefaction is 25 centimeter, and this is the wavelength of the sound wave. Point number 2, amplitude. Amplitude is the maximum displacement which is done by oscillating body away from its rest position. Point 3, sound intensity. Sound intensity is the property by which the ear can differentiate between strong and weak sounds. Let's move to another question. Choose the correct answer. 1. The result of multiplying frequency and periodic time equal. We know that the periodic time is the reciprocal of the frequency, so when we multiply them, it will give 1. Doctor use wave of frequency to break down the kidney of the ureter stone. Of course, we know that we use ultrasonic wave, and the ultrasonic wave is more than 20 kilohertz. Okay. Point number 3, the produced fruit by grafting belong to what? Belong to type of what? Grafting is belong to, we will dismiss this part as we cancelled it. Point number 4, the human skin is considered as opaque medium. 5, fertilization occurs when what is formed? Yes, fertilization is occurred when zygote is formed. Planck constant equal the photon energy divided by photon what? Okay, divided by photon frequency. As we know that the photon energy equal photon frequency by Planck constant. So he asks about Planck constant. 7. Pencil seems broken when it's placed in a glass cup of water due to refraction of the light. Question number 4. The pendulum motion is an example of wave motion. No, the pendulum motion is oscillatory motion. 2. Typical flower contain 3 whorls. No, it contain 4 whorls. After fertilization, the ovary develops and become a flower. No, it become fruit, and we cancelled this point. 4. Bats, dogs, and dolphin can hear ultrasonic wave. Yes. Drill is an example of a musical tone. No. Absolutely. Violin or guitar. B. What are the factors which affect the sound intensity? Okay, can you remember? What was the factors which affect on the sound intensity? Okay. There were many factors which affect on the sound intensity. The distance between the ear and the sound source, the area of the vibrating surface, the wind direction, the density of the medium, the amplitude of the vibrating of the sound source. Okay, I mentioned you 5 points. You can, and he asks only for 3. Let's move to the last question in this exam. From the opposite figure, answer the questions. Write the labels on it. Mention the sex of this flower. First, number 1. Number 1 is the receptacle. Number 2, it's the ovule. Number 3, it's the stigma. Number 4, it's a petal. Number 5, it's a filament. And we can see the both male and female reproductive organs inside the flower, so we can call it hermaphrodite flower or flower bisexual flower. Okay, and now we reach the last of the exam. Thank you and goodbye.